I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you all for joining us tonight. We have a couple of visitors, and our first visitor is Miss Stella.
Good evening.
Good evening. Thank you for coming.
Good evening, all. I'm Robert Cantwell, and it's my granddaughter, Stella.
Yeah.
We're Andrews, okay. So we're going to ask some questions together. Give them your name.
My name is Stella.
Okay.
And where do you live, Stella?
In Clayton.
Oh, very good. Do you like living in Clayton? Well, we're very happy to have you tonight. What would you like to talk to us about?
Would you like to tell them about?
My mama.
No.
My mama takes me to a meeting.
She wanted to come to a meeting with her papa at one time, so much respect. I appreciate 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, so why are we here? What do we want to tell them about?
That's why sidewalks are hurting my back.
When you're riding,
When I'm in riding the sidewalk.
right, in the car. She goes to preschool.
Yeah, in the car.
Okay. She goes to preschool here in Clayton, so she was riding on the sidewalks.
Yes.
She was riding on the sidewalks, and they hurt her back sometimes when she rides in the car. So, and I think the village has a program that they're working on. So, again, much respect. Just wanted to take a few minutes. So, yes. So
Well, Stella,
Yes.
okay, hold on. Okay,
we are working on getting new sidewalks. So hopefully by this fall and next spring, we will have some new sidewalks, and it won't be so uncomfortable when you ride around in your little cart.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Well, thank you for coming.
Great job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And then,
The microphone.
Bob,
Yes.
you'll be in touch with Terry about the boats, and you've already called.
Yes. You did.
You did a great job.
So yes, poker run this Saturday. So represent the Thousand Islands Charity Poker Run. Thank you for everything that you do as a board, the community, supporting our event. Terry's team does a phenomenal job. Yes, so I'll be in contact with either the mayor, but probably Superintendent Jones, and
Yes.
just then coordinating street party on Thursday, possible usage of docks, and then the poker run will be on Saturday. All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time. Much
Thank you.
respect.
Yes.
So,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Bye, Stella.
Nice to meet you.
Everyone's at the wooden park.
Oh, good.
I thought we were going to have you give us new sidewalks and that's all, Robert.
Oh, well, I... What's her name? Her name's Stella. Pardon me? No, she goes to the Sponges daycare next to Hunter's.
Last name, but I forgot.
No, I don't know what
She signed in.
it is. Oh, did you?
It says Campbell.
I've met, yeah. Our next visitor tonight is Dave and Hines.
All right, I'll start. Should have handed these out beforehand, my apologies. This is the long-discussed expansion of French Creek, as we have alluded to over the last couple of months. Okay.
Terry, do you need one?
All right, I'm back. Okay, as I've presented over the last couple of months, one of the things that we're doing as a village is trying to improve our communication and information package processing for permitting, zoning permitting, building permitting, variances, etc. Hines has been one of our test cases that we've been using. Instead of going to the planning board or the zoning board and getting denied, or bring us additional information, we've been taking an upfront approach of trying to have all of the information submittals put together as an entire package. We have a checklist of 28 items that need to be in a site plan. It doesn't go beyond my desk until all 28 are there. And then the other aspect of what we're trying to do is a communication process. This is our third information session of 4. We did the CLTC last week, we did the central housing a couple of weeks ago. We're going to the town board for the meeting that was canceled this last week. Will probably be in 2 weeks. And then we are going to, tomorrow, we're doing the formal submittal to the planning board with this information package for review prior to the meeting, which is now August 7th. Okay, that's the planning board meeting we have targeted. That gives them 4 weeks of review time period for this information, where they didn't have that kind of review period before. So that was one of the things, change in business approach, change in how we communicate and how we prepare for substantial projects. Okay, this is going to be a construction project, high value type of things. I would have liked to have done it for the other ones, like the museum, got in too late, but they were a test case for everything that was wrong. So I learned that. They went in front of the planning board 7 months and got denied more information, denied more information. Do I anticipate this to fly through? No. Okay, we're going to get requests for more information as well. My goal is to make sure it's not 7 months. Okay, and we've been working on this for 4 months. Okay, to get to where we are right now. It's been a huge effort by French Creek and his consultants. So this is kind of where we are. So we've had a preliminary discussions with the planning board, with the zoning board, and got no pushback from them. It's within the realm of existing operations at his facility. I got concurrence from the county zoning board as well, that they had no issues. And so we are moving forward with the construction or the application for construction again in August 7th. So Hines is here to answer specific questions. As you can see, background, quick, is he was previously approved in '23 for expansion of his existing facilities to incorporate 23-24 cottage colony buildings. We went to a change of construction design to what are park model tiny homes classified as RVs. I think on page 3 you'll see a picture of one that's already existing on his property. Page 2 should be the layout, which is consistent with what the cottage colony was. I've got 7 or 8 other additional supplemental drawings that we're submitting to the board for utilities, stormwater runoff, run-on, everything, traffic flow, all the things that, parking, setbacks, and stuff like that. So we feel like we've got a substantial package ready to go, ready for discussion. And with that, I'll turn it over to Hines in case you guys have any specific questions about what he is doing on his property.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Dave. Apologize for my attire coming straight from work to get in here at 5. As Dave stated, the project is the exact same footprint and infrastructure as the existing permitted cottage colony. So the water, sewer, electric layout, identical. The green space, the size of the lots are identical. The only difference is the size of the unit itself is now smaller. Can be the same size. In other words, we'd like to be able to have the option to follow through with the existing permitted use, and also include the use of the different design, which is the cottage colony footprint with RV classification of tiny home. So if you have any questions, I'd be more than happy to answer.
Yeah, I have a question. So,
Sure.
you don't have much, the eaves they're very non-existent on an energy standpoint. If they just went out and were like 9 inches or a foot on each side, then it would be cooler for the residents inside, but it would also be more aesthetically pleasing. You know what I mean?
So by going to a unit that what you're talking about,
Yeah.
You're talking about having a longer eave over the roof line. Is that what you're?
Yeah, exactly. This versus, because the other sort of looks more like it just doesn't look as aesthetically. But
Right,
also,
understood.
this gives, especially because it's going to be inhabited for the most part, I would imagine, in the summer, right?
Yes,
It's
6
going to be
months out.
better for energy efficiency for the actual structure, but also it's, the people inside, but also it's more aesthetically pleasing.
Understood. I agree.
Yeah,
100%.
that's something that you would consider. I mean, we're not the
Absolutely.
planning board, but I mean, it looks so much better.
I understand.
Yeah.
There's a,
Like this one, yeah, this one has.
yes,
but the
that
other
is,
ones don't, yeah.
yeah, that's the existing one that's on the property right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
That's considered a park model.
Yeah,
So those are the units that we're actually asking people that are in the park to consider that as a replacement unit when they upgrade. And there's been several of them that have purchased units similar to that. They're classified as a park model tiny home. So they're still classified, when you're into that park model or tiny home, it's classified as an RV.
yeah.
So it's the reduction in the square footage, the fact that the unit is pre-manufactured comes in, the things that differentiate what you would consider a typical RV and a park model or tiny home are the appliances, the construction, the roof is typically either a steel or shingle roof, inside insulated much better. Those units are what we are advising or asking our customers, existing base, to go to, but that's all that we're going to allow in that area. Either the tiny home park model or the units that we've been permitted for, which are the stick-built cottages that we've talked about.
With the eaves, is that what you're, so what you're saying is that's all you're allowed is the ones with.
That's all I allow on those 22 sites,
Yeah,
yes.
great, yeah, excellent.
So
It
we're
looks
not,
better, it's better for the
yeah. Did you have a question?
Well, I do. I just want to make sure that there's clear information. You're going to look for models that have bigger eaves?
Yeah, so if you look at...
That's what he's asking, and you said yes? I
Yes.
just want to make sure that was
Correct.
That'll be a requirement for the eaves.
Okay, yes. So if you look at Great Outdoor Cottages, which is a website, they're used down at Swan Bay, it's a resort down there. They're the same kind of cottages that he's been putting in down there. They're also the same thing. They're classified as an RV. But that's one of them. Forest River is another manufacturer. I prefer the Great Outdoor Cottages. They're more local concern. They're actually out in Pennsylvania, but closer than Forest River, which is out in Illinois. And their design is, you can buy a replacement toilet from Lowe's. You're not looking at an RV style refrigerator. You're not dealing with a cheaper built product. It's more conducive with building standards, which would be a cottage.
So you're going to lease the land?
Yep, we're going to lease the land.
So they're going to buy the cottage?
Yes. Yep, it could be a combination. We could own the unit, lease them the whole unit and the lot, but primarily what we're looking to do is lease the lot, and they'd have ownership of the unit. If it's stick-built, it'd be a different story. You know, you're in concrete slab, working out the, they're leasing the property for the structure. Things can be a little different there.
So,
You're still looking at leasing.
Yes, leases only.
so who are they?
The clientele that would be renting the lot.
Okay. Who bought the,
Yeah, they buy the unit,
then they lease?
they have a lease on the lot, yes.
Yeah, it's like some of the trailer parks do the same thing. They
It's
own.
the same deal,
Right,
yep.
yeah. Yeah, so on great outdoor cottages, it looks like they're not doing the eaves. It looks
There's a few of them that are.
Yeah.
If you look at the
Yeah,
ones
that's
that are
fine. I
for-
just want to make sure we
Yep.
get those. That's
There's
all.
ones that are,
That's possible.
yeah, they're for developers or campground or developers. Like a KOA cabin.
Great, thank you.
So your parameters for the client, is that going to be like just a square foot thing? I mean, what are you going to, I mean, you're allowing them to go to other manufacturers.
No, I would,
Are you going to stay GOC and that's it? Or how you going to?
all right, so they would either be a GOC or Forest River, and we would be GOCs. The only way they could get those cabins is if they buy them through us. If they do have a park model, it'd have to meet the criteria of being in kind with what we were expecting for that lot.
So you actually have control since they're going to go through you.
Correct.
To purchase whatever.
Yeah, we wouldn't lease it to somebody that wouldn't meet the requirements of having an in-kind unit or buying the unit directly from us.
Yeah, I can't just lease it and build whatever I want, right? Is that-
Correct.
I gotta
If it's
go through you.
stick-built,
Yeah.
it would be very tightly controlled. If it comes in with, if they're bringing in a unit that's a tiny home, it'd have to be in-kind, like what you see on page 3,
Yep.
or a unit which is purchased directly from us.
And also, this will be a seasonal park. It will not be open
Correct,
year-round.
6 months only.
Yeah. Is there any infrastructure?
There is some infrastructure, and then they'd be putting new infrastructure in, correct? Yeah.
We are,
We've already done some.
yeah, we've currently already prepared for that based upon our permitting for the cottage colony. We bought 480 in and upgraded our electrical services, and there was provisions for that expansion built into the existing campground where the lift station is, where our small laundromat, which we have on the premises for our campers. There is a water connection directly across the road that was prepared for this, and I've talked to Terry about tunneling under Wall Street to hook into those services and bring that over to that side. During the law on Front Street, we dropped in the services for the electric to come across, electric and telecom. So that was done during that period of time. So we're prepared to bring the 480 in. We do have the transformer. It's a step-down transformer, brings the 480 down to 208 three-phase. That will be the power to be distributed all underground. There's no above-ground wiring. Pedestals, the water is supplied by the village, and the sewer be in kind. Our sewer connection is seasonal, so we shut down. That eliminates a lot of problems. And also, the people the clientele that we're looking to cater to are people that would be coming up here for the 6 months out of the season. A lot of these people come into town and they're looking for a place to stay, and if they have deep enough pockets, they'll buy a house. Well, that's created a problem in the village in that there are a lot of vacant houses through the winter time that would be, occupied by people that would be living here as a resident of Clayton, not a seasonal resident, but a resident of Clayton. We feel that offering a price right in a lower frills, more maintained, because we're maintaining the lots, we're mowing the grass, we're taking infrastructure, that would be more attractive to those people that are looking for a house in the area, and would bring in people in the community that the community is based to cater to, which supports the community. Symbiotic relationship, you know, they bring their disposable income and spend it in town, and they go away in the wintertime. So they're not leaving vacant homes. This is a lot which is prepared for specifically that purpose. And it's not intended to have, you know, houses that would be, you know, vacant for 6 months out of the season.
What about, okay, so the sewer, you know, the pump station that, you know, handles the sewer, is it yours or is it ours? Like, how does that?
Our pump station,
Okay, so
all of the
breaks down,
infrastructure.
it's all you.
Correct.
Okay.
All of that is the same infrastructure that it's been reviewed and
Yeah.
permitted for under the existing cottage colony. The numbers would be essentially the same. Our connection to the village goes through a meter for our sewer, and that's isolated in the wintertime. And our electric our existing electric and our water would be currently is going through a meter already. We just go tie into an existing 2-inch main that we have, and that would just increase the flow through that 1 meter. It's already, those numbers have already been reviewed by the DANK.
All the powers.
Yeah, all the powers that be.
Yeah, and so you're paying for the water, you're paying for the sewer.
Yep.
So, yeah, got it, thanks.
Any other questions, comments? Great. Well, thank you very much. Yes, thank you. Off to the planning board in a few weeks. Terry Jones.
Hello, everyone. You all have a copy of the DPW activity report. As you can see, we've been quite busy for the last few weeks. I did want to give a shout out to Dan Schiller, who's been painting hydrants. He takes his side-by-side out and leisurely paints 2 or 3, 4 a day. We found some that were hidden in some woods in a couple of different places over by Lonnie's cottages. One that I knew it was there, but it had been hidden with weeds and stuff, so we went over and we did that for him, and he's got that all painted. So he's doing a great job. We really appreciate all that he's doing for us there. Also, I want to let everyone know too that tomorrow we will receive our new loader. It'll be about 9:30 in the morning, so if anybody wants to stop up and see the brand new loader, it'll be here. And the stake rack, I believe, is supposed to be here Wednesday, tentatively. If you can't make it Wednesday, it'll be here Monday morning. So we're starting to get our, well, we waited 2 years for the stake rack, so it's been a long time coming, so we're looking forward to it. As you can see on my report, we do have the other stake rack that we're getting rid of, the 95. That's on Auctions International right now. I think at the current time it's at $620 bid on that. And then the old sewer truck, the panel truck that we inherited from them, I think that's at like $310, but there's 9 days left in the auction. So if anybody wants a stake rack or
So what is a stake rack?
the stake rack's like what we put our brush and stuff on.
Oh,
It's like a little, it's a dump truck, but it doesn't have heavy weight.
Yeah, cool.
Oh.
$600, good deal.
Does it come with the sides?
We have to build the racks. We build the racks. Because they get broken throughout the year, packing snow and dumping leaves and whatever else on there. So, yeah, it's been a long time coming, so we're looking forward to that. And I don't think I have anything on left to add.
You had fun on July 4th, I saw.
Yes, we did. That bridge crossing that water main is in a couple of spots rough shape, and we think a lot of it's due to the salt that is applied to that section of road. It is insulated with stainless steel wrap, but I think between electrolysis and maybe some gaps and holes that were there or got poked into it or whatever, found its way into that one fitting, and we believe that's what ultimately created that leak. There's a lot of flex in that bridge, and you can feel it when cars travel over it, so that pipe moves a lot, and I'm surprised as many years as it's been there, that we really have never had a problem. But we were prepared because we do have a hydrant on either side of the bridge, so we were able to bypass that main with a 4-inch hose from hydrant to hydrant to keep the village supplied with water. The guys did a great job. Came in and got it off and bypassed, and then we got the parts last Monday and had it repaired Tuesday. So I think Jeff's looking into doing some engineering work, looking maybe when we get to this next project that we're doing, maybe there's a way we can incorporate that section of main. Probably be plastic, like an HDPE line would probably make a lot more sense in that application, and hopefully never have to worry about that happening there again.
So that's ductile steel, right?
It's ductile.
Yeah, and that,
It's a mechanical joint, so where it was going down into the ground is where it failed. So there's a mechanical joint, and we think the bolts on it are like that big from the rust and stuff. So ultimately, we need to address it sooner than later, and Jeff's, I believe, working on that.
Of all the days too, July 4th.
Yeah, well, you know it's going to happen.
Oh, yeah,
Of course it is.
Well, then we had another, not a water break, but then
We had a plug sewer
we had a plug sewer on the
at the
pit
condos the next day,
the next day.
but the boys responded to that, and it was on their side. They have
The condos down next to Centennial Farm.
It's actually the old condos, but the new condos are tied into the existing manhole that they have there. And for all practical purposes, I know it says they're flushable, but wipes are not flushable. And they pulled back a lot of that kind of stuff. As soon as they went up the pipe, I mean, instantly it came, and it was full. And it apparently just happens to be the woman that called is at the lowest point, so everything was going right to her. And but the boys got there as quick as we found out. They got there and we got it flushed, and she was very, very appreciative of it. And it hasn't. I think it happened like several years ago. So again, it's something that maybe I don't know what they have for maintenance people there that can keep an eye on that manhole just to make sure it's not starting to surcharge or whatever. But ultimately, it was their problem.
So in a situation, so did we send them a bill or not?
No, we don't.
Yeah.
No. It's just,
Yeah.
it's one of those, it's in between point A and point B,
Right.
and we can point fingers at them and they can point fingers at us, but
Yeah.
ultimately, we know our main was clear.
Yeah.
The line coming to our main was not. We didn't create the problem. We've got 8 different apartments or 8 different condominiums.
Yeah.
Dumping whatever down their drains, and one thing leads to another, and you get one thing that plugs it, and then
Yeah.
this poor woman had,
So don't put your wipes in the toilet.
it's
Please
amazing
put
what
that in the
people
paper.
flush
Vote
down.
from the mayor.
Or make sure you have the top floor apartment.
Right.
Yeah, right, a top floor apartment, exactly.
And also, the library, the new ramp was finished.
The new ramp looks awesome.
Yeah.
I walked it the other day.
Yeah.
It's just, like the design that they put
Yes.
into it was,
Yep, Jake,
More than
they
you
framed
need.
it in,
Yeah.
the picture frame look, Jake, I think he thought it was gonna go a lot quicker than that, and then as he got going, and if nothing was square, and he had to, he really had to put his thinking cap on, but he did a really
Did a
good job.
very
And
good job.
we did good
Yes.
when we hired that guy.
Yes.
He's the real deal. So, yeah, between him and Tony, I mean, Jake was ultimately the lead man on that project, and he did a great job.
the rails nice and sturdy.
Good, yep, and he was concerned about that. I don't think he was sold on it at first, but once he got it all done, and now he's got some pride in it, and something he can look at down the road and tell his kids, and, I built that, so.
Do you want to
Very nice.
talk?
We did get a thank you card too from
Oh,
the
sure.
library.
You haven't gotten any brownies or cookies?
No, actually, I heard they make some great chocolate chip cookies, but I don't think anybody got it
I'll
yet.
work on that.
They'll work on that, will you?
Do you want to talk about Jacob getting his Class
Sure.
D?
Yep, Jake came to me and said that he'd be willing to get his Class D, which is a distribution license, so it's basically, in charge of water lines, making sure everything's sanitary and that kind of what we did here. I'm the only one with the DPW that has a D license, and I'll, be leaving in the near future, so it's good that Jake will step into that routine. If any of the other guys want to, but it's, I believe, September 22nd and 23rd. If the board approves it, he'd be more than happy to go down and get schooled and get his D license.
Yeah, I'll second. I think it's great.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Great,
Good, done, thank you.
thank you.
We talked about picking brush up once a week,
Okay.
right?
Well, we talked about it, but it's not always that simple.
And we talked about putting it on the website.
I'm not a fan of picking it up every week.
It's in your,
No, it's fine, it's fine.
I mean, we've done that as a courtesy.
Yes, I know you
Since
have.
I've been the superintendent, just because it drives me crazy looking at it. And we do that as a courtesy. The problem is when people see us go around picking it up, they think we're out picking it up because we don't have anything better to do. And then it gets to a point where I understand a pile. If you call me, we'll be more than happy to come and get that pile. When there's 3 twigs out by the curb, it becomes a little bit, all right, you can't find some place to get rid of those 3 twigs or that little mound of grass that, it's like, are you doing me a favor? I mean, we have other things to do, so if you think by putting those 3 tree branches out there, it's doing us a favor, giving us something to do. It's not. So, I mean, whatever the board would like us to do, we will do, but I can't promise that every week we can pick up brush.
What I don't know, and Joanne and Amanda and myself talked about, is how do we communicate with the public?
Saying that we're not going to pick it up all the time.
Right,
Yeah.
it's not going to be picked up. How do you communicate? We can put it on the website,
But
how many
I think it
people,
applies,
that's
yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah.
Maybe Pam could put a line in the paper for us?
I mean, we do it twice a year,
Yes.
or when we get a storm. And ultimately, that's what started everything in the spring, because we got that one storm. And, which is fine, but then it keeps happening. And not so much in the village as I see it happens over on Steels Point. Steels Point seems to be, you know, come over here and get my brush and get my stuff. And, you know, we do when we get a chance, or if it's a rainy day or it's slow, but this time of year, it's really difficult for us to get it. So when in the village proper, if it's a small pile, Tyler or Tony or one of the guys will swing by and just throw it on the back of the truck when we're doing seaweed or whatever. But other than that, if they could refrain for a few more, till October when we do our actual pickup, it would be great.
Yeah, it makes logical sense. In the summer, you're so busy, we're not going to pick it up in the summer. And again, if there's an exception, they can call you and then we can do it. But just if we somehow can get that out there,
Yeah.
don't expect us to.
I mean, I can put it on my Facebook page. I have a lot of Facebook friends.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's it, Joanne, put it on our Facebook page.
And then somebody can share it.
Yeah.
I find Facebook works better than just the website, because
Right.
nobody looks at the
Nobody looks at
website.
it,
But
right.
at Facebook, it does tend to come up in your news feed or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
So
And then
what
somebody
should
can share
she
it.
put
or
on?
whatnot.
We will not be picking up brush
Yeah,
until our fall pickup, right?
Yeah, until our fall pickup.
Yeah.
I mean,
In October.
Again,
Yeah, if there's an
if you-
emergency, let us know.
yeah. If you got a tree that's rotten in your backyard and, you know, you cut that tree down yourself, give me a call, you know, we'll work something, arrangement out. But don't get a tree company in there, cut down a tree and then stick it out to the road and expect the village of Clayton is gonna come and get your tree.
Yeah,
Because I don't know what you paid for it. You probably paid to get it hauled away and we're the ones hauling it away. So I really don't know, you know,
Yeah.
and that's happened.
You have a comment?
I'm just gonna say restate what we do, which is pick up once in the spring, once in the fall. And if you have an exceptional amount of brush that you wish to get rid of, you're gonna have to make an appointment with Terry to do it.
Right.
Not just throw it out on the curb. You're gonna have to call the DPW and then work it out with Terry or the DPW guys when it can be picked up. Otherwise, it's not gonna be picked up and you're just gonna have to.
Right, and that's a great idea.
And you just need to drive
Or
by.
call me, and if you have a trailer and you need to get rid of it, you're a village resident, we have our lot up at Bald Rock, I would be more than happy to assist you to get in there, unload it yourself if you'd like.
Bring it to the town
The town has it
too. I
also.
mean, you know, that mulch thing, you can bring it right up there.
Yeah, they can.
I mean, but, yeah, I think that's a great idea, and maybe you can see, you know, contact Terry, there may be a fee, you can even say that.
And I
So
take a lot of the blame for this. It's all my fault because I started
Such a nice
doing
guy.
it here and there, and then it's just kind of snowballed into
It's
what
all right,
it
Terry, you're
is.
still a good gentleman.
But now
Yeah.
people are taking advantage, yeah.
Right, and they take advantage, so.
Yep.
How
And I
many-
get it. I absolutely get it. I probably would do the same thing.
How many requests have we had for sidewalks?
I don't know, I haven't seen the list. I
know,
know of
Joanne?
2 personally, but other than in the office, I don't.
I've had like 4, and I don't know how many in the next.
She said she was putting together a
Together the
list.
list, yeah.
Obviously, Mike's busy right now, but we're looking at fall to spring. And I'll touch base with him and get a, time window, and then we'll get our gravel, we'll start stockpiling the gravel and get our mesh there. So at least it's convenient for him to get a hold of
Sure.
when he needs to backfill and whatever else he needs to do.
Any other questions for Terry?
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
everyone. Have a great evening. Stay
You as
cool.
well. Yes. Do we have any questions on the consent agenda?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Okay, we took care of Jake, that's all done. Couple of things that I have. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
We are a climate smart bronze community.
Official.
It is very official.
Yeah.
We were actually notified in June that we had become, but they didn't want to make it public, so it's now very public. And thank you, Trustee Kinney, for all your work in for
The
doing
whole
this.
task force. too.
Oh, the task force also,
Yeah.
yeah, very good, and we will move on to going to silver. And also, like I had said at the workshop, this gentleman that had sent me the email, he said that if you do this, it also gives you some additional points. So I'll get in touch with him this week in regards to that. On Tuesday, Assemblyman Gray had got a group together. He had a panel of individuals talking about nuclear energy. And in June of this year, June 25th, the governor put out a statement talking about that she wants, I believe it's 1% of the power to be nuclear by a certain date. And she would like this power to be built in the North Country. But what's the North Country? So Mr. Gray put together this panel. It was a 2.5 hour discussion, very interesting, of all the people. And he is vying for it to be done at Fort Truck, which would be very good. Lots of very good information came from it. The panel was very, very bright, very informative. I have all of the presentation, the PowerPoints and whatnot, if anyone's interested, or I can send it to everyone. The 2 things I really learned. The best consistent source of electricity is through nuclear for consistency. And the solar and the wind is good, they lack in consistency. It was also stated by a number of people there, which I was not aware, that there's not enough electricity being made in New York State. That's also why you're not seeing a lot of manufacturing coming to this area. The downstate, and I don't know the exact where it goes, so we're going to say Albany South, is not the least bit interested in sustainable energy. They'll do whatever they want to do. So I believe that's part of why she is pushing for it up here. It's a great economic boost for the communities if it happens he also put together this pamphlet endorsing Micron down in Syracuse. And this was also very interesting. And they talked about the amount of energy that Micron itself is going to need, which is tremendous. So that you're going to see talked about more, and hopefully we get to have it up here, which would be great.
I think Gardensburg was mentioned for
I'm sure, yeah. I mean, there were a lot of people there, and of course, everybody wanted it in their backyard. One board member talked about now there's various size reactors. They also talked about the amount of water that's used, and it's very, very limited water, and the way it circulates, so you don't have to have it right next to, say, the river or any other lake. So it's very interesting, and he's moving forward. I think we all have to be very thankful for Assemblyman Gray for the amount of energy he puts into these situations. So he got this panel together in 2 weeks, and the room was full of people from all over Jefferson County and other communities also. It's very interesting. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, and Oswego's vying for
Yes, they are.
everyone in there.
Yes, they
too,
are.
I think, yeah.
Yes, so another food for thought that it's something that I think we should endorse, but again, it's up to the board. But if we decided to, we could do a resolution and send that on for, okay, here's another check mark for Jefferson County. The amount of jobs it would create and the jobs, the money that people will make, it'd all be six-figure incomes. So it would be a nice boom for our area. So I think that's very good. So I'll send that on to everyone. Climate Smart. The boat is here through this week, maybe next week.
So that big boat out there?
The super yacht?
Yeah.
Yes. Just to dispel any rumors, yes, they do pay. They pay a dockage fee. It's more than $5 an hour a day. And they also pay for water. So it's not a free ride.
Yeah, it's a good chunk of change.
Why they want to stay, I don't know, but I think it looks great.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with it. But that's also a decision with Kevin, as he's the harbor master. But
Notice they're not flying the Red Sox flag.
Pardon me?
They're not flying the Red Sox flag.
They're not, and what,
I know who they are.
and the Penguins? Pittsburgh Penguins he has?
Oh, I thought it was the Boston. I heard Boston.
It's the Red Sox, the Penguins, he's got, he's co-owner of RFK Racing, big NASCAR, who my niece works for. Couldn't use that to get on the boat, though. I tried. And also, he has a soccer club out of the UK.
Oh, wow.
He's obviously done very well for himself. He started out as a finance guy, so he did very well with that.
Now, was he married to another soccer club owner that hired Ted Lasso?
Could be. I don't have all of that. Yes. Over the past year and a half, Terry and myself worked on this, and also Amanda. Jefferson County requested a lot of information for hazard mitigation. They put all that information together, and I will send that out to you. And they would like for us to create a resolution accepting their requirements. I haven't read everything they said, but like I said, Terry and I worked on it last year, and also Amanda and Terry this year to have that done.
That means like if something happens with
Yes.
the plant, basically.
Yes.
Yeah, great.
As Mr. Cantwell said, the poker run is this weekend. Next weekend is balloons over the Thousand Islands. And then the following weekend, I believe, is the anti-poker show. Yes. And then I would also like to make a note, a comment about the passing of Mary Zovasowski, who owned the school. She was an extremely strong supporter of our community, also with the town. She put in a tremendous amount of work. She worked very closely, Rob probably knows more than I do, with the school as far as reading. She'd give away books for the kids, come in, get a free ice cream cone, get a book. She started that book trail up at Serum, which was done through the Rotary, but she's the one that got that started. She did, again, a lot with the children's reading and very involved with the Rotary. And she was a young woman, and she'll be greatly missed by the community for everything that she participated and promoted.
She's a huge supporter of Bernino Elementary.
Yes, she was very much so.
They
Yes.
estimated that she gave away about 10,000.
Yes,
Wow.
yes. And she also worked with the Legion during Christmas time and got gifts and presents together to the children. She'd get them wrapped. She'd try to have wrapping parties. She'd get, say, the high schoolers to come in, but if they didn't get wrapped, she wrapped them all.
So is the Rotary going to take over Santa?
Well, that was Rotary and Lions, but the driving force was Mary, so I don't know where that's going to stand right now. She was the driving force behind it. She passed Tuesday. She was very good for the community. People liked her ice cream store.
Yeah.
They liked her. She did an awful lot for us.
She did.
Yes. Does anyone else have anything to say? Bob? Mike? Mike, how are things in the Cape with the new, whatever you're doing down there?
Yeah.
And the shop here is doing well?
Yeah, the shop here is doing very
Very good. I see a lot of people in it when I walk
Yeah.
by. No report, huh? No report. I don't know when we'll start meeting again with LWRP, but I would think in the next couple of weeks. We're in the process of letting, all those contracts have to be signed. And that part of the state, but he reviewed it and said it was all fine.
Planning and zoning, we haven't had any clients.
No. So the next, I don't think there's any zoning next Monday. I don't think. I don't know. And then the next planning would be what you said, the 7th.